recording, but I don't know if I'm gonna add that friend. I don't know if she's. I just read a quote and I was like, I'm posting this video. It is what it is. What do you like about this house?
I like this house because it has the favorite clouds and my favorite windows, that too. And our house has only one.
The other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one is, the floor is my favorite, and the bathtub, and the fridge. The fridge is also my favorite.
Okay.
And this fridge.
Okay.
Both of the fridges.
Do you like that it's bigger?
Yeah, and I like I go inside and I get lost.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do like my toys, how they are.
Okay.
And yeah, I wish that might stay in my memory.
Sasa nilikuwa nakueleza, nilikuwa naongea na mamangu kwa video WhatsApp. Alafu sasa yani nina introduce sasa huyu ni Peter. Yeah. Nilikuwa nishamweleza mama. Lakini sasa namuintroduce yani video. Unafikiria
mlikuwa pamoja na Peter, ndio?
Unafikiria hata ananibusu, ananishika. Nilisahau kumwambia wewe unajua sisi ni Afrika. Hatuonyeshani hizo. Wapi? Ndio mwa.
Ulikuwa mpande kabla.
Amenishika hivi, nikizungumza anakuja na kichwa chake anaweka hivi karibu na kichwa changu, unasema lo. Yo, mama kule jana hivi. Lakini mama ana shida. Kaniambia tu. Yeah, kwa tonge kidogo. Mama ana shida. So akasema tu wacha mtoto wangu ameteseka, wacha afurahie. Akasema, no side yake. Lakini tulimaliza siku kumwambia chochote. Nikasema wacha mapenzi sasa tutafanya nini? Ilikuwa last weekend. Yeah. Lakini sasa nadhani tushaongea hiyo topic. Akaniambia kwa nini nyinyi mko sawa kuonyesha hasira lakini hamko sawa kuonyesha mapenzi? Yeah. Kwa nini mna hasira unaweza onyesha? Hata barabarani hata upige mtu kofi. Lakini kwa nini huwezi onyesha uzuri? Kwa nini huwezi onyesha uzuri? Kwa nini huwezi onyesha na mapenzi? Sasa hapo aibu inaingilia. Kwa nini una aibu ukionyesha sisi Fit check with Ruth. Look at those shoes. Show off. Show off. Show off. Show off them shoes. Jacket. Bag. That's her sister's. Show off your handbag. Girl. Yes. You look so cute. Have fun at the library. Love you. Bye. So my friend needs a lot longer, but I'm ready. So I thought I'm just gonna sit down and talk. I have changed. I decided to go with this long tour because it covers my butt. And then some boots. Then I'm going to put on a scarf. And then I had a different jacket in the morning, but I think I'm going to wear this jacket because it's like a rain jacket. It's also long enough. Like this. Yeah. So that's the outfit we're going with. Oh, I'm so excited that I got this camera from my bae. As you can see, the quality is top notch. This is literally the best gift you can give to somebody like me who likes to film things and create content and stuff. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, like and share. I should have filmed enough, but I have been struggling a bit. Okay, I don't know if I should get so serious in this video, but I've been struggling a bit because I think when you learn how the world works, sometimes it's just better to be ignorant. In other words, it's just better to be ignorant. And when I think of how people, the amount of suffering that is in this world right now, it's unbelievable. And the fact that it is broadcasted to us so much. I get it. Yes, there is spreading awareness, but like the one in Gaza, it's not the only war, but it's the most broadcasted one. And it involves children. So there is a part of me that, well, there are also people who say that it's psychological to broadcast and whatever those effects are supposed to be on us, apathy or normalization of such or whatever it is. But sometimes I just feel so helpless about what to do about the situations. So the best I can do is probably talk about it and say, I just wish freedom for the oppressed. I think sometimes we think that these things can never happen to us. We are a protected class, and especially if, okay, you have your home, your work, like you feel like it can never be you. And we actually had a discussion with my partner the other day about an event that really, really shocked him to the core. For the first time in his life, here in my city, he saw a pregnant woman begging. Now, for him, that's a shocking event, but for me, it's like, okay, you know, I'm used to seeing suffering. In fact, I'm just happy that it's not a pregnant kid or a pregnant teenager. So I have worse and worse to compare that with. And I feel like it's a bad thing, but at the same time, I do like that people in the West who have been a protected class can be exposed to the suffering that the rest of the world goes through, you know. There's a picture I shared on my Facebook showing a very rich guy, elite guy with like 1 million cookies, and then a black guy with no cookie and an empty plate, and a white guy with one cookie. And the rich guy is pointing to the black guy, like, he's gonna take your cookie. And that's what happens here a lot. Because a lot of these people have been ignorant or been protected, they don't actually see who the actual enemy is. So they are taught to look at the immigrant, I don't know, the Muslim, the who. They just pointed into different directions. Meanwhile, these people actually bribe the politicians here. They control the narratives in the media. They bribe the ones here to sell the weapons and support wars, foreign wars. They bribe our leaders there to, you know, bribe or also fund militia and all that to destabilize governments, to destabilize democracies, to destabilize everything. And then they install others who they can bribe and to get cheap resources and cheap labor. That's why there are children working in mines in Congo, 6-year-olds, 5-year-olds. I know that's unimaginable, but to some extent it's like, you know what, maybe if they're exposed to the suffering that the rest of the unprotected class go through, maybe they will do different. Maybe we'll all unite as a human race and know who the actual enemy is, instead of targeting the poor and the most vulnerable, taxing the poor and the most vulnerable. You see what's happening in America. They're always pointing at the most vulnerable, the immigrant. I mean, an immigrant has so much to lose. Like for me, committing a crime here, I have so much to lose, you know. In fact, if I go to extend my Aufenthaltstitel, my visa, that would be the number one thing. Like, have you been in any crime? All kinds of things. And we're so scared of that. So why would the immigrants be the criminals? You know, it just doesn't add up. So I'm just saying, this is how the world works, and sometimes it's very frustrating to know that you cannot do anything about it. Like, the only thing I can do about it is to use my little platform, which is pretty much very little, honestly, to maybe create an awareness about it and not always be la 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 outfit of the day, as if the world is all rosy and rainbows and sunshine. It's not. But I also don't want to get to a point where I cannot enjoy life anymore, because I feel like I'm almost getting to that point where even when I'm eating, I'm like, oh my gosh, like there are 522,000 kids who have starved in Sudan. Like, can you imagine that number? And it's not even broadcasted, because obviously there's a hierarchy in this world. Some black lives don't matter, so no one cares how many black kids are dead. So it's exhausting. It's painful, it's exhausting, and sometimes I just feel helpless. I don't know how you're doing or how you're dealing. I mean, I could say turn off the news, but then should I just pretend that it's not happening? It's just difficult to know what to do. I think in the past I would have run to religion, but even that I've been deconstructing and also confronting my own perception about it, because did we choose the religion, or was it forced onto us by imperialism and colonialism? You know what I mean? Like, even in the Bible, if you had a war and the other side defeated you, you would have to worship their god. So that's essentially how religion spread. It was not kumbaya, all peace and sunshine. It was death, turmoil, destruction. And I was also talking to my partner that I personally feel like it's not. Obviously, people have been raised in the West to think that their ideas are superior, but it's not the superiority of the ideas, it's the superiority of weapons, it's the violence, it's that has been that keeps you on top. It's not the superiority of the ideas. So, but because when you've been brought up to feel like your ideas are superior, oh, we went there to colonize and to civilize these ones, we went there and we did this, and capitalism and what, and democracy and blah blah blah. But then when you come to this country, you're like, there is even no free speech, democracy and whatnot. It's just a facade. Then you're like, okay, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was talking to my partner about it, telling him it's not the superiority of your ideas, it's the superiority of your violence, and that is nothing to be proud of, in my opinion. But then again, regular people, like, what do they have to do? what can they do? If you've been raised a certain way and you've been told certain things since you are young, and you've also been told not to interact with other ideas because they're inferior to yours, your mind is a bit closed. I've actually been really liking learning about African philosophy. I didn't even know there's African philosophy. I didn't even know it existed. But you know, we are taught philosophy. When you talk of philosophy, it's white philosophy because it's the default. If you talk of history, it's by default, the white history is like the history. And then the rest of you're cornered in another corner. Okay, African philosophy, Eastern philosophy. But when you talk of philosophy, then you talk of white people's philosophy. But you don't put white philosophy because it's assumed that it's the philosophy. It's the actual thing. It's the default. That's why you have black history. You don't have white history because white history is history. You know what I mean? So, and these are things that because they live brought up like that, those are things that only people like us who would know. You know? And yeah, it's so interesting to read about African philosophy, and I'm finding it really interesting, and I find the ideas also very good, intelligent, well thought out. So I think those are some of the things that have been occupying my brain, occupying my mind, occupying my mental space in a way that has made me struggle to enjoy life, to enjoy the mundane things, to feel like I'm making an impact in any way, and also hope, because yeah, it just sucks. But then you have that, and then you have your actual life. You have to function on a day-to-day. You have to, I'm a mother, I'm a single mother of 3 kids. I have to function on a daily. I have to work on getting on track career-wise. I have to work on, I don't know, keeping up friendships. Like right now I'm going to meet a friend. I have to do the chores that need to be done. I have to function on a daily. So in a way, I'm trying to find happiness in all that. I think I've rambled too much. I'm going to stop here and just hope that you will subscribe to this channel. We don't only talk about serious stuff. Sometimes it's entertaining things. I've just moved. I would like to share my journey, the moving journey. I would like to share life journey, parenting, motherhood, my style, if I have a style to talk of. Happy moments, highlights, things like that. Sorry. Yeah, highlights, things like that. And I also really want to do a vlogmas. I hope that'll work out. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. I'm gonna now go and meet my friend. Cheers.